Hey everybody, welcome to this week's edition of the YS Whiteboard, where we just want to take a few minutes to talk shop with youth workers so we all can get a little bit better at what we each do each week. So that's the idea. Today we're going to talk about one of the most powerful tools of a ministry, especially a relational ministry, and that's simply the roster, the list of kids in your ministry, or the list of kids in a small group. But not just rosters. I want to talk specifically about two big ideas: an accurate roster as well as an active roster. And I really want to dig in on why that's important. The first thing is, an accurate roster really is a gift to your volunteers. It communicates how important that list of kids is, and when it's accurate, when it's not accurate, it communicates how unimportant it is. So we want to make sure that it's accurate. But one of my favorite things about a roster is it goes beyond attendance. It helps our volunteers. It helps us understand that the kids who are there on Sunday or Wednesday night and the kids who aren't there on Sunday night or Wednesday night, they're still our stewardship. And in fact, if you do it right with a good, accurate roster, you can prompt connection to kids who are not there. I love the kind of the green light, red light, yellow light. I used to use that on our rosters. Green light is the kid has been pretty consistent. Yellow light is we haven't seen the student in a little bit. Will you please reach out to them? Red light is we're about to take them off your roster, which we're going to talk about in a second. We'd love for you to reach out. You can also communicate birthdays. And again, you're prompting connection, and all of that matters through the simple use of rosters. Now, the second type is not only accurate, but active rosters, meaning these are kids who are active in your ministry, which prompts some really, really important questions. One of my favorites is, what is active? What constitutes activity in your ministry? Is it just attendance, or the fact that they're connected somehow, or have reached out to a small group leader? The small group's still connected. Does that constitute activity? But my favorite question, and it's a tough question that all of this brings up, is how long until we, and I love to use this word, purge. How long until we purge a child or a student off of the roster? And I know it's a rough word, but it really is a word that I like to use because it forces people to think about it. Because when we're taking a student off our roster, we're essentially giving up on them. We're essentially saying, you know what, they're no longer our stewardship. And of course, the right answer to this theoretically is I'm never going to give up on kids. But organizationally, you should have active rosters. That list for your small group leaders, for yourself, should just be the kids who are currently active. And both of these questions are really important. This one especially now, when we can't even be at church in order to count attendance. But when we get to the place when we're going to actually remove a kid from our roster, then it really gets to the heart of it, to the big deal. And you ask yourself, who did we lose? Or you ask your ministry, you ask your volunteers, where did they go? Which is really important. They went to another church. They moved. Great. They're still connected. That's good to know. I'm going to go ahead and inactivate them from our roster. But really, one of the big ones is why. Why did they leave? And in fact, I loved to challenge my volunteers. I said, I never want to take a student off the roster without knowing why. So every student should never disappear without someone knowing at least why they left, where they went, and obviously who they were. So those are really big ideas. And I think we're at a perfect time really to dig in and work on this sort of stuff. So I hope this helps. I want you guys to know we're praying for you. We love you, and we'll see you soon.